Literary analysis video, not a personal attack to anyone or anything. I have a massive amount of respect for every creator on the Dream SMP, and I'm just letting y'all know that this is about the character of Technoblade, not the person. Even if Technoblade, the content creator, shared these political beliefs, it's possible for me to be a huge fan of someone and have a different political ideology than them. I am purely analyzing the fiction, not the real life. And throughout this video, Technoblade will refer to the character, unless specifically stated otherwise. I honestly don't know why Technoblade is seen as a hero. I suppose it's a combination of the fallen hero aspect of his actor being the only member of the Dream SMP to pass away, and the idolization of his audience, which is mostly young teenagers, seeing Anarchy as this big heroic conquest. But it's really not, and I am here today to disprove that, literarily and politically. Politics are super hard to discuss because every example of a political system throughout human history has been incredibly flawed. When people discuss politics, they're discussing a platonic ideal of politics. What Marx envisioned instead of what Stalin created. What George Washington came up with instead of our modern two-party system. No, George Washington didn't write most of the governance. I'm being facetious. So this is in no way supposed to be a defense of nations like L'Manberg or Las Nevadas. All those systems are super flawed, but I am here to posit today that Technoblade's idealist, blind anarchist perspective is even more so. Let's be clear, this video is more political commentary than anything else. I'm just using the Dream SMP as a jumping off point because I'm a Minecraft YouTuber, and all my stuff has to be related to Minecraft or the algorithm freaks. The interesting thing about the Dream SMP is that there is no true hero and there is no true villain. Many authors, myself included, try to write stories from multiple perspectives to give almost a fractalized view of a set of events that allows you to take in as much of a tale from as many different perspectives as possible. But the Dream SMP takes this to the next level, even more than my Realm of Realms blog. Being able to see a raw, unfiltered view of every single content creator's experience within this massive, sprawling story is one of the most appealing aspects of it, and depending on who you watch, you will get a completely different perspective on the events of an arc. That being said, for almost every arc except for the one about the Butcher's Army, Technoblade is firmly in the antagonist role. Note that I use the word antagonist, not villain. There are several villains on the Dream SMP, but in my opinion, Technoblade is not one of them. He's an idealist with a crazy amount of combat competency, but his idealism is founded on a belief in a political system that is inherently flawed, specifically because it's defined by the lack of a political system. Anarchy is where edginess and idealism collide, and I am not a huge fan of either of those things. Let's talk about entropy for a second. I promise this is going somewhere. Entropy is a scientific concept of equalization that says a lot of confusing things. However, it basically boils down to energy equilibrium. Eventually, everything will have the same amount of energy, which is what we know as the heat death of the universe. It's often associated with a concept of disorder, but people are on the fence whether it should really be referred to as that. Sure, nothingness can be chaos, but it can also be order. If everything is at the same amount of energy and everything's dead, is there really disorder? Isn't it all just nothing? Isn't no random spasms, no chaotic formations the very essence of law? I'd like to give a self-indulgent anecdote right now because I never talk about the Finiverse, and this is a great opportunity. Within my creative writing project, there are twin deities named Null and Void. They both represent entropy, and both represent the concept of nothing, but in very different ways. Null is orderly nothing, true nothing, the law of oblivion. She is pure, quiet emptiness, no deviation or unexpected twists from just black. That is, by definition, law, and also, by definition, entropy. Void is a little weirder. He's the chaotic nothing, the inherent chaos in a lack of things. He is the disorderly side of entropy, but that's not really true entropy. Null may be the empty space between stars, but Void is the primordial ooze of primal tide pools. He is, by definition, no thing, but he isn't truly nothing. He is anything, and has the potential to be many things. If you take these incredibly high-concept, edgy characters and apply the same logic to the concepts of entropy and anarchy, then entropy is null, pure law, as all energy is equalized, and anarchy is void, a roiling soup of chaos. But if entropy is what must be, and entropy is law, then anarchy, a political belief based on disorder being the natural state of human existence, is inherently flawed. It contradicts something that says that all things must eventually be this. And anarchy posits that no, they must be this. It's true that political entropy is a concept within geopolitics that does refer to the decay of a political system, but it's honestly a misnomer. The only similarities with it and entropy is the underlying inevitability of decay without the acknowledgement of the inherent structure within the system. True political entropy, the eventual lawfulness of all things, when applied to a political context, suggests that a structured government is the natural state, not an antithesis of it. Human history supports this. Why has every culture completely independently developed power structures, what can be described as a government? Even the most egalitarian of societies have someone in charge because the very essence of human nature demands order. To say why that is would require a lot more anthropology research than I'm willing to devote to discussing a Minecraft YouTube series, but it obviously is. Anarchy always leads to chaos, and on the SMP we can see this chaos play out in real time. The absence of any formal leadership structure means that conflicts between players can quickly escalate into full-blown wars. Factions fall and alliances fracture, all to gain power and resources. Without every central authority to mediate these disputes, they can become all-encompassing and violent enough that anyone actually battling for the greater good would realize how foolish the ideals that led them there are. This is why humans need structure. They seek out, create governments. And even Technoblade understood this, even if a bit subconsciously. The Syndicate, his little club, may not be a government, but it's a structured organization that holds many similarities to a confederacy, a very popular type of political structure. Sure, none of the members have power over the others, at least on paper, but there is a lot more to governments than formal agreements. There's an inherent social pressure, or friendship, or whatever you want to call it, but something that keeps them bound together. And Philza and the others all work with / for Technoblade because of that. And isn't that, in its own way, a kind of tyranny? Either way, it's a powerful political tool. Tyranny can be caused or assisted by a government, sure. He has a point there. But it still certainly doesn't need one to exist. Dream never ran a formal nation, yet he's one of the most powerful people on the server. And Techno's anti-governmental efforts probably hurt more than it helped when it came to L'Manberg. None of the governments that exist on the SMP are perfect, but they are better than full disorder. And hey, maybe there can be a perfect government on the Dream SMP, if they'd only let the right person run it. And that's why I'm announcing #Finzombie for the SMP. I want to thank everyone for watching. This was just a silly little idea that I decided to tie into actual serious ideas from my political science class. It's very goofy. I'm not actually running for the SMP, but I appreciate y'all for watching. Again, no hate to Technoblade. I love the dude. Love his content. But yeah, I appreciate y'all checking out little old me, and if you are new here, which, I don't know, you might be if this video gets a lot of traffic, please drop a subscription down below for more lame Minecraft gaming, or really, really more insightful than they should be video essays. And goodbye, beautiful people.